Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. You're tuned to the Madam President Morning Show. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the delay. Technical difficulties this morning on all of the Wi-Fi and the devices that I'm working on. So thank you for your patience there. I won't have a very long show, but I want to go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of things. Let me go ahead and play my theme song because I'm happy to be with you all this morning. All right, so we got to start the morning off right. All right, wait a minute. I just want to say a really quick prayer. Somebody on Instagram said that they can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now on Instagram or no? I think you can hear me possibly, but I'm going to say a really quick prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this Wednesday. We appreciate you for waking us up. We thank you for allowing us to see this day. We asked you to be the ultimate organizer in this day, in our life. You know all of our challenges. We just ask that you be a provider for every need that we have. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, that feels good. Having a day with the prayer. All right, don't forget to let me know where you're from. I'm Madam President. I am from Chicago, born and raised, inner city girl, Chi-Town, Windy City. All right. However, I do reside in Atlanta. I'm an ATL girly, as they say. I am no Georgia peach, but hey, I'm in Atlanta, like a lot of good Black folks. And just speaking of, if you're a person who I came to Atlanta after college. So when I graduated from college, I went to a historically Black college, Kentucky State University. And once I graduated, I migrated to Atlanta. So I am, like many other folks in ATL, a true transplant. I'm not from there, but I am very grateful for the life that I have been able to have there. Not me personally. I'm grateful for the life that God has allowed me to have in Atlanta. So moving on really quickly, I just want to talk to you all really fast about what's happening. I saw a couple things as it relates to money recently. Cash App and Afterpay are joining forces, and I want to read this to you so you can see what's going on. And I got a couple other things in here that I felt was good for the show as well. All right, so here's what it says. When you can see, let me hear you say Cash App. If you can see, put Cash App in the chat. Put Cash App in the chat. Cash App in the chat. Put Cash App in the chat. If you can see it, put Cash App in the chat. So let me share with you what's happening with Cash App really fast. So Cash App and Afterpay for all U.S. customers. The update highlights the partnership between the two brands, giving Cash App users direct access to Afterpay's Pay in 4 and Pay Monthly options. Now, while the services remain the same, users will notice a sleek new design featuring Cash App's signature green accent and fresh logo. The goal, making shopping smoother with more flexible payment options. The new features roll out to Cash App users this week, while Afterpay users will see an update look, but can continue using the service as usual. So we talked about this for my folks who likes to, talk money and understand something as relates to money. These corporations are going to continue to have billion-dollar portfolios off of the American people's debt. So they're going to constantly allow you to pay later, buy now, pay later, so they can keep having the yachts, the different properties, the folio that says that they have billions in the bank. They have billions, which is your billions, which is your paycheck, which is your money that's on the way. So all that to say that I am very skeptical about all of the approach of buy now, pay later. The reason that I'm skeptical about that is because I know how the system works. The system will give you that money. You got that good credit, that decent credit, give you all this little money to ensure that there's interest on it and have you in a hole. And it's hard to get out of that hole because guess what you come to realize? That money is easy to spend and very hard to make unless you have mastered making the money, So all that to say that they are joining forces by continuously working together to ensure that they keep your money in their pocket, which means that I think you should be working hard to keep your money in your pocket. And most of all, trim their fat, slim pickings for them, have things go haywire for them. And there's another company that's merging recently, and I want to share that with you. That particular company, let me share that company with you. It is Dollar Tree and Family Dollar retail chain. Dollar Tree is selling Family Dollar to a pair of its private equity firms for $1 billion. Now, I know you all saw recently that the dollar store had changed. It was no longer just a dollar. The store had moved to $1.25, $1.50. Now, somebody may say that's just a 25 cent. But you all have to remember, stop thinking about things in a singular form. You have to consider these things in a, 45, 50 million people form. That means everybody who goes to the dollar store, maybe 25 million people go to the dollar store across the United States a day, a week, so it may seem like a cheap dollar store to you or myself, but to others, it's a big corporation where they make a lot of money from. So it says Dollar Tree said on Wednesday, um, a consortium of private equity investors will buy its Family Dollar business for about $1 billion, bringing an end to its nearly year-long search for potential buyers for the troubled discount store chain. The 66-year-old business, which Dollar Tree bought in 2015 for about $9 billion, had been grappling with competition from big box retailers such as Walmart, online retailers including Amazon, Shein, and Temu. Wow. So from the looks of it, they're taking a loss. If they purchased the company for $9 billion and they're selling it for $1 billion, it seems as if the Dollar Tree idea just didn't work out the way that they planned. Also, let's not forget, they said 66-year-old business. If you know anything like I know, then I know for a fact that, we have grandparents, we have great uncles that's older than Dollar Tree. So for 66 years, they did a, okay thing. Um, they did an okay thing, I would imagine, but that's happening. Another article that stood out to me, very, 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 very interesting. Before I go any further, I need to know that you all are here and that you all are alive because I'm going through, but I don't hear you talking back to me. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. Chris, MC, thank you. I appreciate that. Cash App in the building. Thank you for talking back to me. As my friend Vicky Dillard would say, talk black to me. I need to know my people in the building, okay? Another thing that I would like to discuss is America is ranked one of the most unhappy place globally. And this was a very interesting read. And let me tell you why. America is a place where most people come to pursue dreams. Most people come to accomplish all the things that they have in mind. If you can see this, I would like for you to put happy in the chat. Happy in the chat. Put happy in the chat. If you can see the chat, put happy in the chat. I'm going to read to you what they're saying about America. Put happy in the chat. Put happy in the chat. I don't know how much I enjoy the doing this with Instagram. There's this thing that Instagram will allow you to stream your show while you're on YouTube or any other platform, stream it. But there's a delay on Instagram that I don't really particularly think that I care for, and I think it has the tendency to be disruptive. So let me read this to you really quickly. The United States falls to the lowest ever ranking on 2025 World Happiness Report, ranked number 24 out of 140. Wow. Now, I want you to think about this. I'm going to read this, but I want you to think about America. America is your place where you have people who makes hundreds of millions of dollars dunking a basketball. America is your place where you have some of the world's greatest doctors. America is your place where you have some of the world's greatest everything. America is not a place where, we're not just this underdeveloped country in some places, as some places are. We are a force, right? But you know how I feel about her. Mama need to pay up. She has reparations. She likes to, choose profit over people. But I want you to know that her morale is very poor. She has a poor morale. Some of the things that you all feel like is custom, it's not. Lack of unity, lack of support, racism. No, that's not a healthy dynamic. To be 400 plus years, 500 years of racism, that's not a healthy place. And you wonder why, you have your country that's ranking low in happiness. Now, this is the place where people, happiness, what is the preamble? What is the Constitution? That a man can pursue happiness. There is no guarantee, but there is a pursuit of happiness here. It is in your Constitution. 7th grade memory happening right now. So if the happiness is achievable, why are so many Americans unhappy? So let me read this to you. Americans are reporting that they are less happy than ever, according to the World's Happiness Report. The United States has dropped to its lowest position ever. In 2025 World Happiness Report, released on the International Day of Happiness, this year's report emphasizes how kindness and strong social connections play a key role in boosting life satisfaction. Finland holds onto its title as the world's happiest country for the 8th consecutive year. Meanwhile, Mexico in Costa Rica broke into the top 10 for the first time since the report began in 2012. Did you all hear? Happiness is associated with your social connection and kindness. Social connection and kindness. I'm talking to people who have the tendency to be unkind, just naturally unkind. Wake up with an attitude. That pisses me off to wake up with an attitude. Who pissed you off in your dreams? You know it. You go to work with people. It's early in the morning. They can't speak. It's early in the morning. They got an attitude. The crazy illusion is America, our level of don't have money is not the same as other countries not don't have money. That means that I believe in some parts of Asia, you know, $2,000 a month can last them a very long time. Unlike here in America, $2,000 won't last you a week in some instances, depending on how you live. So the point that I want to make is America is inherently making people depressed. People are suffering from depression, and we have a lot of illness in our country. I don't know if you've been to hospitals, but the hospitals are filled with people who are not well. You have people who want to change their eyes. You have people who want to change every part of their body in America. That has an effect on how you feel about yourself. If every time you look in the mirror, you find something that needs to be changed, that's the culture of America. That's American culture. Lack of happiness, lack of satisfaction. I'm not trying to give you all a hard time. I'm just saying America is is lacking in happiness. But guess what? We have a lot of people that are unhappy with a roof over their head. We have a lot of people that are unhappy with food on the table. We have a lot of people that are unhappy with a nice car to drive. This is an American thing, the constant need for more, the constant need. You have men and women in healthy relationships that they like each other. And then they be like, let's bring somebody else in the bedroom. Just consistently dissatisfied. People are consistently dissatisfied with what they have. It is a sickness and it is an illusion. And the Dr. Umar Johnson is about to come out of me. In about 10 minutes, I'm about 10 minutes away from screaming at y'all and telling y'all that you have no reason to be unhappy. And you're ranking the lowest on the report. You have so much. And although, I understand what's happening in our world too. I know the political climate. The dollar is stretched. She's maxed out. The dollar is not going as far as she once was. So that has an effect on how people feel. Think about this. There's a friend of mine was telling me a story that we heard. And the story was a woman own children tried to kill her for money. Th- That's the current climate of some of American culture. Now, my big thing is, now why you want to knock me across the head for money and kill me and knock me out so you can have $5,000, go get you a pair of Gucci slides and some other dumb shit that you're not going to need and use, and you're going to be locked up for the next 40 years for no reason. But psychologically ill. People psychologically ill. All right, so because we know that there's a report of people unhappy. I think we should make it our business to be happy today. I want you all to remember that you're tuned to this by the flynewmeandmoney.com. Flynewmeandmoney.com. This is where you go where you want to get your money up. This is also where you go where you want to get your mind up. You should text Queens to 87948. Text Queens to 87948. This is where you will get information about finances, money, as well as any educational desires that you may have. If you want to keep up with Madam President, text Madam to 87948. Text Madam to 87948. I would like to tell you all that I don't care what's happening in this world. I think you should make it your business to put emphasis on your happiness. Not to mention that means that you should go around pissing off everybody else for your own happiness. But I think that we should ensure and make sure that we're walking in gratitude. When I wake up, sometimes I have a lot of gratitude to God because I don't have any problems. If I think about right now in this moment, I don't have any problems. You get what I'm saying? Biblically, Paul, he was locked up in the prison. The jailer told him, how could you sit here and be at peace? Paul said, I think myself happy. He said, I think myself happy. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times the depression, the sadness, the lack of joy, it's in your mind. Could you do me a favor in the chat and do like Paul and say, I think myself happy? Just put it in the chat. Say, I think myself happy. I think myself happy. This is when somebody call you with news that you didn't want, when somebody bothers you today, say, I think myself happy. That's where I'm going. Okay. When my partner pissed me off today, I think myself happy. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much for tuning to the Madam President morning show. I've had a good time with you. Thank you, Joyce. I think myself happy. If you all understand that the mind, I think myself happy. Try it. Try for today. Try for tomorrow. Try for the weekend and see how you feel. Because America is reporting that she's unhappy. America is reporting that she's in a state of depression. And I don't want that for you, nor myself or my family and friends. All right, guys, I'm out. I got to get to work. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to get on even earlier to get away from any kinks that may be in place as far as internet. But have a good day. Support Madam President by going to madampresident.com. Buy my new book, Matters of the Heart, Who I Post to Be. I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.